Welcome back to the podcast. Today I'm so excited. We have an amazing guest, Skin Solutions by Rachel. She is so beautiful inside and out. She is a Hydrafacial master, a Glacial ambassador, and she's just so amazing all around. I'm super excited to have her on today. But I want to just kind of get to know you a little bit better and ask some questions and figure out how you got started, because I know we connected on social media a few years back and you've grown so much.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, just thinking back when I started my business, like I think I started my account with like 900 followers. So it's just wild how much the growth has been.
Oh my gosh. Because you have how many followers now?
Right now, I think 36.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Would you, like, when you first started, what was like the biggest thing that helped you get going on your feet?
I think for me, it was just constantly posting multiple times a day, every day. Even though I was not the best at Canva. I mean, like, if you scroll back on my Instagram and you see some of these Canva posts from when I first started, you'll be like, okay, she was definitely an amateur.
Yeah.
But I didn't let that stop me. I would keep posting reels. I think, honestly, it was the reels that helped the most. The funny skit reels, the educational reels.
Yeah.
People love the reels.
I love that.
Yeah.
I know you're so funny with all of your posts. They get me every time. I'm like,
I have fun with it.
And I think that's so important when we're talking about branding and bringing personality. Would you say that that's like the biggest way that you brought personality to your brand, or what was the pivot point?
For sure. I wanted all of my posts to have my voice. I want someone to look at my post, even if it is an educational graphic, throw a little bit of, like, you know, my personality in there. So that way they're not just reading, like, you know, it just doesn't sound robotic. I want it to sound like me, like my voice of the brand. Yeah.
Awesome. And then as far as the Canva goes, I know that we talked a little bit about starting and just not knowing what you're doing. What would you say helped you the most when you were building and kind of, you know, realizing that you needed to switch things up with your graphics?
Yeah.
How did you elevate those things?
So honestly, when I had first started with Canva, I really had no idea what I was doing. Having the ability to customize a template on Canva is really nice, because you can just change the colors and the font to your brand, which is great for beginners.
Yeah.
However, the busier I got, I noticed the less and less time I had to go on and make a graphic. So that's when I started to outsource. I would pay graphic designers if I had an idea, and I'm like, you know what, Canva just doesn't have enough you know, of an ability to create what I want, make it come to life. I would reach out to a graphic designer, be like, hey, I have this idea, and I would just pay them to make it for me. And it was, you know, an investment at first. As a newer esthetician, it seems intimidating to make, but some of those posts really took off and popped off, and, you know, and did really well.
I think a lot of people are afraid in the beginning to invest in their business because we're growing, we're trying to figure things out, we don't want to waste money. But I truly feel when you don't invest in your business, you're never gonna grow.
That's
I
true.
feel like that's something that you preach a lot, that I love about you, because you're not talking, you do the work. And I think that's something that we all have to realize, is that when you never invest in your business, you're not investing in yourself. Like, you don't believe in yourself.
And other people can feel that 100%. If you are not going to believe in yourself and invest in your business, why would anyone else invest their time into you as well? I think taking your branding seriously is important. And all aspects, it's always like the little details, I think, that matter the most, and just showing who you are through your brand is super important.
You've done such a good job with branding. I love your space. It's so beautiful. What inspired your branding as far as the colors and the neon signs that I'm obsessed with? Your skin tuition led you here.
Thank you. I know, that's definitely my favorite one. I've always, like, I've loved the color pink. I didn't want to make it look like the color pink threw up in here, because I also think I get kind of overwhelmed with one specific color. So I decided on, like, the neutrals, like black and white, and then pops of pink. Always been a pink girly, but also wanted to keep it sophisticated in case I wanted to change it up one day. That just made sense for me. But also with the neon signs and stuff, these are just things that I've like thought about. I mean, I feel like every business owner, esthetician, if you have a really cute neon sign, that's free advertising. It's free marketing. People come in here and they're like, your skin tuition led you here. Oh my God, angel numbers. And they snap a pic, they tag you, and that's free marketing.
Yeah.
It really is.
I love that you say that, because when you have those little details in your treatment room, it makes all the difference. I want to talk to you about the skin tuition led you here. You are the manifestation queen. How did you get into manifesting, and just like what inspired and started that for you?
I think honestly, it was a few years ago, like 4 years ago. I was working at a spa for somebody else, and the vibes there were very like spiritual and organic, and I loved it. And I also believed that, you know, manifesting is really just you having a vision and also putting in the work to make it come to life. That's all it is. It is not some like woo-woo spiritual like you say fluffy
words
thing.
And it happens.
Exactly. Like you obviously do have to put in the work, and I think when I realized that if you have a vision and you put the work in, it will come to life. It literally manifests itself into a reality. So
Look
once I
you.
started to see that like return of investment, if you will, it made me focus on it more. I'm like, okay, my thoughts and my words have so much power to them. If you truly believe something, it will come to fruition.
Yeah, that's so true. Your words are so powerful when it comes to your business and how you feel about yourself. And it is so true. Putting in that work. I mean, how do you keep yourself motivated? You are 9 months pregnant and you're killing the game. I mean, I'm still shocked. You look amazing, and like you're doing it all. So like, how do you get through, and how do you keep yourself motivated?
A little bit of delusion. I call myself like a delusional optimist, because I'm like, okay, I believe that everything is going to work out because I literally have no choice. Like it has to. If it doesn't, I would just figure it out. But I don't even consider it not working out as an option at this point. I don't know. I've always thought that way, and it's just led me to greater and greater things as time progresses. So yeah, I don't know. I guess a little bit of delusion and just belief in myself.
You know, keep on going, and you keep on telling, you know, I mean, like we said, words are so powerful.
They are. And anytime I hear someone say like, oh, like I'm so broke, I'm like, okay, be careful, because if you really think you're broke, you're going to stay broke. Yeah. Like I need to hear like, I am healthy, I'm wealthy, you know, like positive affirmations. And it sounds a little cringe, I guess, at first if you don't believe it. But the more you say these things, the more your subconscious mind will communicate that to your conscious mind. Yeah. And eventually you will believe it, and you'll act on it. No,
you can totally, you radiate just such positivity. And I love that your little saying, it's going to be a good day because I said it was going to be. I love that that's, you know, all over social media.
It always is, though. Like, I always have such a good day. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to say it every day now because it's working somehow. No, that's so inspiring and encouraging, especially for newer estheticians. It's like really hard. And people who are still in business, it's hard to figure out like your groove and to continue to grow. Things are always changing. It is. It's hard to stay relevant. And I don't want to say a saturated industry because I truly don't believe that, you know, there's not room for all of us. I do believe that there is room for all of us. There's 8 billion faces on the planet. Yeah. You know, everyone needs an esthetician. So, but you do have to stand out a little bit. And it's very easy to get in that negative headspace when things are slow during the summer. But I think the best thing is to just stay a little delulu and have faith, and you'll be okay. No, and I love that about you. I mean, you talk about, you know, there are a billion faces. I think people get so caught up on, oh my gosh, competition, you know, and it's like, we don't have time for that, you know. No, literally. You're so supportive, and I love that about you. So are you. Thank you. When I first knew you, you had just started your business. So what was your history before? Were you working for, like, how long have you been licensed? So I've been licensed for a little over 4 years. Right after I got out of school, I was lucky enough to land a job like right out of school. Actually, while I was still in school.
Wow.
I was just front desk. This was, I think, this was 2020. So like right before COVID had happened, we had just opened the doors to this new spa I had gotten a job at just as a front desk while I was still finishing up school. But shortly after that, the doors had to close because COVID happened. So that was a little discouraging. We were finishing school online until we were able to open the doors back up and be more hands-on again. So for a couple months, it was a little scary to see I could potentially not have a job after this. But thankfully the doors opened 2 months later. I was able to start working again. And shortly after that, I was able to get my license and get in the treatment room. And I realized that yes, it like opening up a new spa and starting off as an esthetician with 0 clients was really hard to get people in the door. But the power of social media, I mean, just like putting yourself out there constantly, even if it's embarrassing, is going to pay off in the long run. They say the price for success is embarrassment. And I truly do believe that. Because I mean, some of the stuff I was posting in the beginning, I look back at now, I'm like cringe.
You're like archive.
But I'm like, if I am cringe, I'm free. And I don't care. It is what it is. But, you know, as a baby SD 4 years ago, we had worked with a line that I loved. It was Eminence Organics. Loved that line. Amazing. However, it wasn't super like results driven in terms of like healing acne. So I knew that if acne was, you know, my passion, I had to branch off and start my own business and bring on the lines that I knew delivered the results. So about 1.5 years into working for someone else, I realized like maybe I should go solo and just bring on the lines that I align with the most.
Yeah,
so
I love that. So you obviously, I mean, your before and afters are phenomenal. You like just I can tell that you've put in so much work into your continuing education and like you even just taking that step of like, I want to be an acne expert, and you executed. What was the first line? Did you invest in, what was the first line that you invested in your business?
The first line I invested in was Glymed Plus.
Okay.
I think it's a great line for newer estheticians to start with. There's no, you know, like minimum product order. There's free education, affiliate links. Glymed Plus is amazing. However, I did want to become an acne specialist. So I knew that taking the Face Reality Acne Specialist certification course would be beneficial just for my knowledge, but also for my clients as well. So Glymed and then Face Reality was the second one. And once I brought on Face Reality, I started to see great results.
Yeah. So would you recommend if somebody is a new esthetician or if somebody wants to be an acne expert, can they get those results with Glymed, or would you recommend going with Face Reality?
I think it's possible to get the results with Glymed. I will say with Face Reality, I got a lot more as far as education wise and learning how to treat acne. I do think Face Reality is 100% worth the investment, but it is possible with just Glymed as well.
Yeah. I love Face Reality. I mean, it's life changing for people.
You're literally wearing like the Face Reality collar right now.
I'm basically sponsoring this video. No, I'm kidding. I mean, that's so cool. And so as you branched on, like how did you figure out the lines that you wanted to carry where you could kind of fill in those holes for your clients? Like what were you seeing the most of?
I was seeing more acne clients, clients from the range of like 18 to 30s. Okay. But I also wanted to be super diverse, and like if I had a melasma client or an anti-aging client, I wanted to provide results for them as well. So that's when I started to bring on DMK. Was shortly after Face Reality. And DMK, like if you know anything about it, the science behind their methods, and it's just incredible. Like it opened up an entire part of my brain that I had no idea existed. I was like, okay, there is a lot more in life for me to learn about skin than just acne. Inflammation, you know, is the root cause of most skin conditions. And I just love DMK's method. How they focus on lymphatic drainage and the importance of that was incredible. And I just love how versatile they are. So then it was DMK, and then Skin Better. She's a queen. We all love Skin Better. And then I just kept on adding on different things. I like to cherry pick from each line. skin types are not all created equal.
Yes.
So the ability to customize the perfect regimen for someone with different brands is awesome.
Totally. So you, as far as carrying retail, would you say you have to carry every single product or?
No. And this is where I definitely did mess up in the beginning of my career. I carried so much Glymed in the beginning and so much Face Reality and ended up not using half of that. So I will say for newer estheticians that are overwhelmed and feeling the pressure of bringing on so many different products from every line, you will figure out what's right for you and your clients. It does take a little bit of trial and error, but I definitely did carry way more than I needed to in the beginning, for sure.
But I mean, it's lessons learned when you're opening your business.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I try to encourage estheticians and try to emphasize is that that's my opinion as well, is that you don't need to carry every single product, but you're not going to grow unless you make those little mistakes in your business. You're not going to figure out what you need. And that was something that I figured out, especially with Face Reality. I don't carry every single product either, but filling in those gaps for your clients is so important, and like catering to your clientele and not just because everybody's posting about a product.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of it too. Like we do have the option to carry, a couple of these products for people that really need it, but we don't have to carry every single item. I love that we have that freedom to customize everyone's routine just based off of what their skin is telling us.
So when you first started, was your clientele focused solely on acne, since you were trying to become just basically build your clientele off of that?
I would say so. And you know what? I think I kind of, not to sound delusional, but I kind of manifested becoming an acne specialist because those were really the only before and afters I would post. So everyone just associated me with the girl that's really good at healing acne, versus if I was just posting melasma transformations or rosacea transformations, that's what people would associate me with. But because I get the most joy from healing acne, that's what a majority of what I was posting.
And those are loyal clients. When you have your acne clients, in my opinion, they're the most loyal clients that.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, is that how you built your clientele? And would you say that's majority of your clientele now? Like, have they stuck around through the acne bootcamp program? Are they going into new treatments now?
I would say with Face Reality's acne bootcamp program, once we get someone graduated from acne bootcamp, once they're clear and they're ready to work on scarring, they're still just as loyal as when they started with Face Reality's acne bootcamp program. We're just doing different treatments. Now we're focusing more on scar revision, anti-aging, things like that, but they're still coming in just as much as they were from the beginning because I've earned their trust, which is awesome.
I love that. What would you say is your top 3, or what's your favorite treatment?
Oh my God, that's like asking me to pick a favorite child.
I know.
This is so hard. So I'm a combo therapy queen. It's very rare that I will just do DMK or just do Hydrafacial. I'm usually doing a combination of the two. Okay. I think my favorites right now are Hydrafacial and Glacial combined. That is such an elite combo. I like to call it the Hydra Glacial.
Oh, that's amazing.
DMK and BioRePeel, also a very, very life-changing transformative combo. And then Skin Pen and Glacial together, just because you get the results and then you also get that incredible feeling afterwards of your skin cooling down. I think those are, I know that's 6 different
I love it. I mean, it's combo. I mean, you do truly get the best results when you combine modalities. It's amazing that you have those different devices to be able to cater towards every single treatment that you offer, and it sounds like your clients are loving it, and there are a combo clients. It's awesome.
It definitely helps solidify all my decisions and bringing on these incredible treatments. It makes me feel good knowing that everyone loves it just as much as I do. Speaking of combo therapy treatments, I just did an exclusive collab with Skin by You AZ. We just dropped some amazing content with Glacial and DMK. So if you're looking for your own stock footage videos that are super high quality with Glacial and DMK enzyme therapy, make sure you click this link, you guys.
So if you guys want these exclusive stock videos, they are absolutely beautiful for you to use for your socials. Make sure you go ahead and click the link in the description. What made you bring on Glacial? Because I know that's your most recent device that you brought on.
Yes.
How did that go about?
So actually, I was not in the market to like look for a new device when I had found Glacial. I had found Glacial from another esthetician that's in my area. She was like, girl, like, have you tried Glacial? I'm like, I've never even heard of it before. This was months ago. And she's like, well, I know like you struggle with rosacea. I am definitely a rosacea queen. So she's like, you need to try this. And I'm like, okay, like I'll say less, like anything for rosacea, sure. So I get there and she does the treatment on me. It feels so good. It literally does feel like a cold plunge for your face. Like there's a reason why everyone calls it that. So when I tried it and the results were so good, I was like, all right, you know what? My clients need this. I wasn't looking, but it kind of just happened. Yeah. I contacted the rep the next day. I'm like, listen, you really don't even have to sell me on it, but if you want to come out and talk to me more about it, feel free. But I know I want this machine.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So from personal experience, getting it yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I seriously feel like ever since you brought on Glacial has blown up. It's crazy.
Yeah, they really have. And I don't want to like take all the, credit for that.
I'm giving you credit.
Oh, thanks, girl. But no, I knew it. I told my rep from day one, I was like, I have a feeling that this is about to blow up because it's results driven. It feels incredible for the client. I love it. I mean, she literally didn't have to do much selling.
Yeah.
I already knew that I wanted it so badly.
Oh, that is
it's
so
great.
Amazing. I mean, you just convinced me. I'm like, I want to get a Glacial
Girl,
right now.
Yes. I'm like, we can take off your makeup and
right?
do it after.
I'm like, hey, this was it. I was like, I never get my makeup done as a mom.
Yeah.
So you're going into motherhood now. How does it feel to be, transitioning out of the treatment room for a month?
That is I'm not gonna lie, like I am definitely having separation anxiety from being, I've never been away from my business for more than a week.
Wow.
So for me, I'm like, this is gonna be scary, but thankfully I do have my employee that's gonna be taking care of my clients. I did tell my clients, I won't be completely useless. You can still order product through me, and I'll be able to ship it out for you still. And I might pop back in just to like see how things are going,
right.
say hi. But
hey, you're across the street.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like it is scary. I don't think I'll lose my identity completely, but at the same time, my business is not my only baby anymore. I have something bigger and to take care of.
That's so crazy. So like as far as like maternity leave and kind of setting yourself up for success while you're gone, what advice would you give to somebody who is going through like a similar transition of having to take time off and transitioning into a new season? Because I had to go through that as well.
Yeah.
And you may not even have it figured out,
I definitely don't have it figured out yet because I am still transitioning.
Yeah.
Like she's not here yet.
Of course.
She will be in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But, so I might have a better answer for you in the coming weeks. I'm just going into it super open-minded. And again, just believing that it's going to work out because it literally has to.
Of course.
I do have my employee here, which is amazing. But I would say if you are an esthetician and, you're pregnant and you're worried about like how you're going to transition back into that, if you don't have an employee, think of other ways to make passive income while you are on maternity leave, whether it's focusing on your like affiliate links with your skincare lines that you carry or shipping products out, or making digital marketing assets for people, whatever. There are so many ways to make passive income without you physically being in the treatment room.
Yeah, no. And bringing on an employee, I mean, how was that? Figuring that out? Was it scary? Was it exciting? Like what were your...
Both. I mean, I am responsible for how well she does in here. Everything falls on me. Getting her trained on all these different lines and products that I carry took months. I wanted her to be very confident in everything before I just hand her over and feed her to the wolves.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a lot, but it is 100% worth it. I mean, seeing the interactions that she has with my clients and with new clients, like they love her. So I knew it was a really good decision. She actually started out as a client of mine years ago at the spa that I worked at.
Full circle moment.
Yeah. And her passion for skin, I was like, girl, if you go to school and you take this seriously, like I will hire you one day. Her work ethic is incredible. So I'm so lucky to have her.
Oh my goodness. And so you've been in this location for 2.5 years. Is your goal ever to have a storefront, or do you want to...
Yeah.
Or are you content where you're at right now?
I think I'm content for now. I think I'll probably be here for another year, maybe 2 max. But it is definitely within the foreseeable future. I do want to have a storefront with more rooms.
I love it. Well, your space is gorgeous. It honestly feels like a storefront location. Like, how did you find this place?
I got really lucky, actually. My client from my previous spa that I had worked at told me, she's like, if you ever start your own business, like, I know a girl who is subleasing a room if you want to take a look at it. So literally like 2 days later, I came and met with the girl who subleases this space. And I'm like, this location is perfect. Like, it is very spacious for what it is. It's definitely a little bit bigger than like a salon suite concept, and it is more like private. So I was like, I can't pass this offer up. It just kind of fell into my lap.
Oh, I love that. And then as far as like when you started, what like were the necessities? What would you say if somebody's starting, what would you recommend?
Okay, so I'm going to share something that's, I kind of like made a mistake in the very beginning, but again, I was just a girl with a dream, an insane work ethic, and a little delusion. But I definitely will say, like, I maxed out an Ultra Rewards MasterCard because I didn't have a ton of money in savings. So I was like, you know what? I need a really comfy treatment table. That's what matters to me so much. Obviously a product line. So Glymed Plus was very easy to start with. I made the account in 1 day. Obviously like a place to hold your back bar, your items, like little things like that. But also I think one of the things that popped my business off pretty quickly was the fact that I did invest a little bit of money into the aesthetic of my room. So the neon sign, the infamous palm tree feather lamp, people would not stop taking pictures of that. And I noticed that every time my clients would repost me, I would get a new follower.
Oh my gosh.
Or someone would be like, this is so cute. Where is this? I'm like, this is literally like my spa. And they're like, I have to come there. So the aesthetics brought them in, the results made them stay.
I love that you say that, because even your sign that you just said, and then like full circle going back to your first room, because you have 2 rooms now, and just, it's so true. Every detail of your treatment room matters. And it's funny that you say that, because I had a mural. I don't know if you remember my first location, but
it was like the desert look.
And it was totally a photo op. So I mean, that's such a good point. Like, trying to make your room to where somebody would take a picture. Like,
and there's way more affordable ways to do it. You don't have to buy a $2,000 neon sign or an expensive feather lamp. You could easily just make an accent wall with some cute wallpaper or like one of those photo collages. A little cute sunset lamp for $20 on Amazon. Like, you can really spice up your room and make it so unique to you and your brand and not spend a ton of money. Yeah,
no, that's such a good point. No, this episode has been so much fun getting to know you. I think that you gave such valuable information, and I'm just so happy that we finally got to meet in person years later.
I can't believe that we're actually doing it. We've been talking about it for so long.
It's so crazy.
And we decided now to do it.
I know, right? Hey, it's the best time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But thank you so much for being on the podcast today. If you guys have any other questions, make sure you comment below, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.